Right, well, of course, we, as promised, are delivering. We are talking to Belinda Davids this morning, joining us as a special Friday guest. Good morning, Belinda. How are you?
Good morning. I'm so good. I think I still have some adrenaline from last night.
Is it?
Yes.
You're performing?
I did. The opening night was last night. It was amazing.
Oh, my goodness. How did that go?
Incredible.
Oh.
It was incredible.
Yeah. And I know we're going to talk about COVID a bit later on, but, you know, obviously artists are getting into the groove of, you know, engaging with audiences. How's it feeding off the energy of the audience, them singing along and giving you immediate feedback?
It was amazing. I mean, you know, it's nice that theatres are opening up now. It's nice that people are coming together again. You know, especially for artists, this is important for us, you know, because the pandemic did hit us a bit hard. Yeah. Especially for us artists. Yeah. But it was nice to see everyone have an amazing time last night.
That's right.
Yeah.
How would you compare live to virtual, if ever you had any virtual performances or engaging with your fans just on social media due to COVID? How different was it for you? How did you feel?
It's very different.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm a very intimate performer, so I depend on seeing people. I depend on, you know, the eye contact and the dancing and the mesmerize. You know, people get mesmerized by performances, and I love seeing that. And not being able to see that, that's hard.
Yeah, yeah.
That's hard.
It was just comments coming through, but it's still not the same.
It's not the same. It's definitely not the same.
Right. We're going to also talk about how you grew up in just a moment, but just to remind you, of course, we have beautiful food, of course, in front of us. We'll be introducing who's responsible in just a moment for the delicacies that we have in front of us. As soon as, of course, our chef is ready, I'll be telling you, of course, what we have in front of us, and we'll be talking more about, you know, what you can do if you're going to Ethos and you don't know what exactly to pick at the restaurant. Our chef will be advising us. But talking about where you grew up in Port Elizabeth, take us back to young Belinda.
Good heavens. Listen, I actually spoke about this yesterday. Someone asked me, what was your life like as a young girl? It was happy. Yeah. I was a happy young girl. I mean, you know, after you grow up in your teens and you have moments. But for me, where I grew up in Galvandale, in the street, there were moments, my happiest moments were us young'uns competing with the adults in the street playing games. We don't have that anymore. Yeah. So that was my happy moments. That was from Galvandale, Kudu Street, Port Elizabeth, simple girl. Yeah. You know.
Did you know from that moment as a happy girl that you wanted to be a singer?
Definitely not.
At all?
No, I could sing. It was just there. For me, it was just there. You know, I could sing. And people used to ask me to sing all the time. Right. But I didn't really know that was what I was going to do. Yeah. Or that's what I wanted to do.
Did you have an alternative though at the back of your mind that, okay, maybe I want to be a teacher or a doctor or a lawyer or any other profession? Did you have?
Definitely the doctor. I wanted to be a doctor because I love the sensation of helping people. I love that satisfaction of helping people. So it was definitely for me towards being a doctor. Yeah,
I definitely heard that music is healing, and I think you're still healing.
I think I'm on the right track. I definitely have been on the right track for the past 30 years, I think.
All right, Belinda, we're going to continue with our conversation. Chef Pilumkwena, good morning to you. Thank you for joining us. How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Good. What do we have in front of us? What are we starting with?
We're starting with octopus gazpacho. Can I just come through there and just dress it for you?
Right.
Yes, it's octopus gazpacho with some deep fried.
It's deep fried, yeah?
Yes, filo pastry, just for texture, just to give it a nice crunch, because you don't want the dishes to be monotone.
Right.
So you want a little flavor and a little crunch onto it.
I love the plating. I mean, how important is this feasting with the eyes before you actually taste the food?
It's very important. It's very important. It's very important because now you have to see first, look at the dish and be amazed by it, and then obviously it would taste good.
This is amazing, Chef. Thank you so much. And we'll be, of course, talking to you again about some of the delicacies we're going to enjoy. Thank you so much, Chef Pilumkwena, joining us. And we're going to dig in. And while we do, I want to also talk about the progression then from, you know, young Belinda, and now you are progressing into really, you know, stamping your footprint into the music industry. How did you then get into it officially?
A lot of hard work. It was a lot of hard work to be able to, you know, make a name for yourself. I've been traveling since I was very young, and so being 20, 25, sort of that age range, and traveling overseas by yourself, you learn certain things and you have to push yourself, and that's what I did for myself.
Yeah.
You know, I had to make a name for myself. I had to push myself. I had to work really hard on being professional, you know, and stepping and literally separating myself as an artist from other artists.
Right.
You know, it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of work, and over a period of, again, 30 years, it's you know, it takes a lot of hard work.
Right. Who are your inspirations? Because you have, I mean, your voice, my goodness, fills the room. Who were some of your inspirations, and who were some of your mentors, or how did you almost mold brand, you know, Belinda Davids?
You know, I started performing with my band when I was 14 years old. They were my first band, Maiden Voyage. Errol Cuddenby, he was my mentor, and he taught me everything jazz.
Yeah.
So that's where it started for me. And then I knew I could, you know, I had range in my voice. So I instantly started clinging to people like Shaka Khan, Aretha Franklin, you know, Anita Baker, people with big voices.
Right.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, and that definitely, I mean, we hear it every time you sing a song, or maybe it's the I Will Always Love You, classics that you master. People say it's quite a risk, but you have definitely mastered the art. So we're also going to be seeing what Chef has in store for us. Chef, you are bringing in other delicacies. What do we have here?
What we have here is gnocchi in a Parmesan cream sauce with a touch of elegance. We're adding like truffles.
Right.
Smells amazing.
Is it still a starter?
No, that's a main.
This is a main. So this is a starter and this is our main.
Yes.
My goodness, the presentation once again.
It's
beautiful. It looks absolutely amazing. Thank you so much, Chef.
Thank you.
We'll be digging into this, of course, myself and Belinda Davids as we continue to talk. Last question before I let you go. Are you a cook?
Oh, I cook every day. I saw the octopus in front of me. I was like, oh, it's my favorite. It's one of my favorite dishes. I cook every day.
Yeah. You're cooking for the South African morning quite soon, Belinda. One of your talents that we're going to be testing us. I'm going to let you eat and enjoy, and then we're going to come back, of course, for a conversation right here on the South African morning. Chef Mpilo Mokoena making sure that we are, of course, enjoying delicacies this Friday morning as we talk to Belinda Davids. So we'll be sure to catch up with him and our guests when we come back. But first, let's see how the